why are they collecting it now?
You loud, Mama? No cake, you're loud.
Would you like to borrow it? I got it. Oh, sure. Thank you. I can do this. That's so sweet. I can do this. She's got this. I got it. I can do it. Oh, that is good stuff. You need a fan. Oh, and this is so that she can fan him. I got it. I understand.
You're real good. But I have to wear the rest of the costume too.
Carefully, do it carefully.
You do that.
Yeah, I know it.
What's Christian's kid's name? No.
It's like one of it's the one Merlin. Huh? But he joined Facebook, right? Christian. This is, I am kind of monochromatic.
When you get a new phone and it doesn't know your voice yet, so I think you say all kinds of things you don't say.
I never learned my voice. There's never been a time where I've said
Nothing's breakable. You can
provided useful.
Hey folks, before we get started tonight, it has been brought to my attention that there was some press that said the show was supposed to start at 8. We obviously cannot start until the sun goes down. So the show starts at 9, and we apologize in the most passive language that I can find. So we go on at 9, which is why this is still happening. This is not actually the show. Although, Dylan, you ever seen somebody use a...
Nobody told me it started at 8.
Yeah, right.
We're really
What
good
can
at
he use a screw gun? Am I right?
Oh,
Yeah. You're probably watching, going, I hope that's the show. Because what can talk? Okay.
well, like they're like as far west
I
as
can
we
go
are.
boo.
You could, but you're also sitting in the front row, so consider your.
Oh, I better watch myself, right? Oh.
I usually don't make that threat under normal circumstances. I would say you want to do this, but for you,
I
especially.
am basically.
Okay. I'll take it.
Well, classes are hard, and sometimes they're fun. I'm basically.
I would have had to proofread all your crap without the black.
Well, I need all of the help.
I'm so happy.
They're really terrible things. I'm not expecting them to be like attractive.
Ew, wow.
Functional for more than one show.
Like what?
One of them last time was a football.
Was a frog?
A football.
Oh, a football. Well, it's nice of you to.
It has nothing to do with him not being able to.
Is this where you guys play?
Yeah, this is where we almost always play.
Oh,
But
extra.
Do you get to ever? Do you ever do it inside?
Yes.
It's really weird
Thank you.
inside.
She's gonna sit right
It
here.
just doesn't
Thank you so much.
work not to have, like, as soon as people find us here and having half the audience being people who had no idea there was going to be a show and they're like confused and delighted is a really cool vibe to add to it. That is sad. Yeah, that happens a lot. And then
Try to tell her as best I can.
usually we just say a live action cartoon.
All that much.
And it's
Oh, we
pretty
really need it.
I just wanted to ask you guys first. I'm sure at childcare. We totally could have brought him.
Oh yeah, you totally.
Well, you know, whatever they with a Rodney and you guys.
I know. Mom, would you like
You know, the price is actually cool, and I'm gonna put mine back because
you are actually really lucky though.
yes, but I am fine in tots, and as long as I have a breeze, and this is cool. This is breezy enough.
There's only like few people in this crowd that are damn.
Well, put one over there for me, and then put the rest right there down in front, so people change their mind. Yeah, it doesn't matter which one. Put it over there for me.
Oh, girl.
Did I get a good one?
Yeah.
That's pretty. Put it on it.
You want to
No, I want that one.
They're running a test to see if she can tell what and why, but ultimately the doctor said she, it makes me very sad. But I'm so sorry. I feel not being at work.
There's some people I miss when I'm asking if they're going to be here to see the show.
And ask if they want to borrow it, because ideally we get more. If we don't, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
So, heard you went back to school? Yeah, it's like 2 years. Tyler. You know, it's really good.
I mean, you're being set, right?
He's right.
Oh, I have programs. I'm just nailing everyone else. Great.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Dad, do you want a fan? No, but you could get a tire stripe.
I got lemons.
You are so lucky. There's only a few of them.
Yeah, no, I got the paper. I don't have lemons. I have lemons in my last drink.
Mom, what a mom.
As good as
The heart pressure medicine does
well, yeah, you've seen me in.
I got the nice seat. Like what?
Bless you. Yeah, oh no, I agree.
Were you crazy before? And then why did you take it? Oh, I can back this up.
You want to pass these out?
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm the passing out girl.
No, that's the thing too. Is like, yeah, with Sue, it's just one of those things that we know are.
We also have some fabulous Visit Sunny Output postcards. If you feel like mailing postcards to your friends and family.
I only have one of those.
Family. Ensemble. Some French people showed up
When?
to direct ensemble.
Yeah. Already ready.
Yeah, we're missing a couple of cables too. I did a camera. I did a good picture and brought it to here. But the one cable I'm there has to be pretty bang somewhere. all those things.
Hey, Dad, catch the football.
That is the dreamiest game of catch I've ever seen you two play.
No, I really did. Probably will be forever. That's what
It's not one of them.
hurry.
Do you want? Max is passing out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that one's really fun.
What?
Oh, Max, if you spoil the show, you can go sit in the car with the windows rolled up.
Yeah, there's a ground chocolate. You want dark chocolate or not?
The sausage has a little like fingers. Yeah, it burnt and like burnt my tongue. It's like some good stuff. That's good stuff.
Only 30% carbs. But there's something about
yeah, there's no getting out of it. Everybody goes up and up. But it's all about things to say. More than, or you like more than 15 for most of it. So, like,
I am going to send it to
and then they lose their mind. Yeah.
very similar to this.
We read a lot of that. Well, the one that we all liked together and stuff was that's why. But I think it was also. But it's a good one. It's a good like. It's a good like entry-level thing. And it's Sleepy Beach community, like it checks off boxes for us. But you know, Mark, I might have been trying.
9.
technically it's still within 8.
And he made an anthology of like Lovecraft. I left my tab for a very long weekend, like without wanting to sleep. And my eyes were like stuck open. And I was like, come on, let's talk to you. Sometimes. But they were like, I'm uncomfortable.
How are you? You look fantastic.
Okay. We are.
Oh, I love it. He's still into his camera.
Okay, well, I'm going to sit halfway up the side.
Oh, I have to tell people.
I mean, there's only a few of those giant roller coasters.
Okay, is it the same sort of exact color space I never actually? it's great because it's like, here's some bad chick, and then you can't do anything, and then
What do you want, water? Oh my God.
Yeah. I did a like all there's a structure out of that, like overarching thing, and then like people in the overarching thing, stories. That's the top thing. Really, a lot of
Your tongue is scary. It's still like coated in chocolate oil. Disappointed that to discover that the was just magenta. Make it white. Don't make it like that weird, like housing, kind of strange, like white blue, but like magenta. Like that is the color. I know. I have a name. Magenta.
You can't scoot that fast.
Literally everything. Well, you're gonna love this. Dude, we found
Step away for a second. Watch our stuff. I mean, we're gonna put a fan in our spot. Like that. We're gonna leave all of our bedrooms. Okay. I don't mean watch it. I just mean don't let anybody sit here. We feel very strong about the fact that we're going to be in front. Oh, we know how you feel. Uh-oh, do you have no fans? No? Okay.
And basically, it's the guys in the number 4 lovers. Well, it's sort of like this. It's so it's yeah, I know. Yeah, so it's different. So it is basically the idea that they don't see each other, find out, and then it gets like actually. What happens with handfuls is that and he goes around and he becomes kind of like one of the bits I have is Dorothy. Right, but I didn't really make an actual. We actually make them. Because at the end, basically, Bono is stage. So it's like a big battle scene where John is like a big team. Then you know, and then you know, and then just, I mean, don't ever do Midsummer Night's Dream. That's the question. Even then, do that. Yeah, what we're gonna do something called Comedy Terror. It was back in the day, and then basically, then all got scrapped, except for two sort of hard features. One was that web one yeah, so they become here, and there was this character that was in on, and they got like same, so they're like two person, and they were actually that was the totally the opposite. So when they also try to grab people, because you know, right? And we also our last one was that I've also had previous live
I'm registered today. I was not this I mean, those songs are the first thing I heard.
That's why we. I've never had
Teddy. Hello, Teddy. Applaud Teddy. Sit down, Teddy. Hello, Teddy. Sit down, Teddy.
Yeah, although the fat shame.
Hello, Teddy. Sit down, Teddy.
I did it for Austin Shakespeare. That was back in Austin So I'll tell you what, those jokes, they're so it's like this like he doesn't tell us this like oh yeah.
I would have said if I had to make up a story, that's exactly what I would have said.
Yeah, it's
I'm waiting for her to do this.
It's a crab.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm waiting for him to do that.
Actually, you need to go to that. Yeah, you need to do that. Heck yeah.
Oh, yes. I'm Thank you. I can't believe I'm in town. It's so weird. Oh, you're saying you're here? Yeah, we will have someone. Lindy's coming.
Yeah.
I've never met her. Oh, darling, I have a spot for you. Oh, you're welcome. I also have a fan for you. I'm not going to ship it. Right? You just don't want it to go downwind like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, this is so stop. That's great. Yeah.
We're gonna go.
I know, probably does that to me all the time. Wait, she goes, hey, Mom, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna help with hiring. Hey, Evelyn. Hi, sweetie. And so like in the middle of the interview, I was talking and she goes, I'm like, and then the lady started laughing her butt off. I'm like, all right,
Okay. I'll let you do it.
Remember when you did that for you?
Shut it down.
I'm used to I read once.
I'm not sending these to you. You were having a panic attack.
Oh, that's my Hardy didn't do that. What happened?
Hey Max, can I tell you why Dad's setting this up? You know why Dad's setting up the computer and filming? You know why this is going on? Because Mom's friend is in cancer, but she can't come see the show, and she really wants to see it. So.
I don't really know how to turn it.
Oh, it's all good. Thank you so much. And you can sit up here beside Carly.
I don't think it is. It is not taken. It's not.
Okay.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, we need to put my dad.
It's not entirely.
If I have friends in the audience,
I think he's moved.
Hey Mom, you find your socks? Where is it?
It was stuck to Velcro. Thank you.
That's where that was.
Yeah, it was over here.
So Evelyn's here?
Hi, Terry. How you doing?
Can I help with anything else, or are we all set? Are you just waiting for it? Two more minutes.
Do whatever you want. I'll
be right back.
That's why we have a table. We're lucky. Okay.
Right.
They say nothing's forever, but if you're right, and I'm not so sure.
Oh wait, here we are.
Cities may crumble, and the seas swallow the land, but if you're with me in Atlantis, we can make it hard. We may be tiny as the wave hits the shore, but together in Atlantis, we are something more. Yes, we may be tiny as the wave hits the shore, but together in Atlantis, we are something more.
Same landing. Is there a loop? These are my shoes. Here's some funny shit. That's what we got it right here.
I'm kind of scared to sit there. It doesn't hurt. I know, like,
I still say that.
Certainly.
I remember hunted. I don't know anything. Made that up.
Time for the show. Get your murder weapons and get murdering.
Uh-oh.
Who are you playing to kill? Who are you playing to kill?
I know nothing. Have you been to the show yet? My first time as well. I'm just excited that I'm here because I never found it never is happening anymore. But I never missed a show. Oh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Not bad. How's everybody doing this evening?
Stop dropping
I
your
realize
fans
that
everywhere.
it's Monday, but let's pretend like we're excited to be here. Okay, how the hell is everybody doing tonight? Thank you very much. We are La Fenice. We do Commedia dell'arte. If you don't know what that is, please come and talk to somebody dressed sillier than you are currently after the show, and we'll be happy to explain. Also, for those of you that are tech savvy, there's a thing called the internet, apparently, and you can look it up. Before we begin this evening, we have many people to thank. We'd like to thank, of course, the Butterfly Bar. They've been having us here. Actually, I think it's more fun for us to not remember. It's like 5 or 6 years or something like that. How about a big round of applause for them, for Patrice's? We'd like to thank the City of Austin, the Cultural Contracts Commission. They at least partly fund the madness that you are about to see. They make it possible. Big round of applause for them. And we would also like to thank you, the live studio audience, because this doesn't work if you're not here. Yeah, give yourselves a big round of applause. Now, I will point out that while we are supported by the City of Austin, we also do ask from you a small suggested donation. We say $15. It can be whatever you've got in your pocket and whatever you think is fair, from $0 to $1,000. And we are still looking for that $1,000 bill. Anybody tonight? Anyone? Why are you laughing? I see you. But you can pay that either cash, or we can even swipe your card because of technology at the end of the show. The show that you're about to see was devised by the people that are up here on the stage, as was some merchandise that we have. Also pointing over here to the bake shop, we have three editions of our Tales of Terror that were made by members of the company. Really, just kind of one guy, Adam. It was Adam. And they're $5 each. Or we have the compendium edition, which is all 3 volumes, for $10. Also, if after the show you're like, man, I want to send some friends of mine postcards from the seaside village of Outsbutt, which will make sense in a second. It's right over here as well. They are $2 each, or you can get all 4 for $5. Okay. One other thing before we get started this evening. We are live streaming the show. It's right over here. So you guys are going out there into the internet that I spoke about earlier. This is for Layla. Okay?
Love you, Layla.
they died.
Supposed to go this way.
By the sea, by the beautiful sea, you and I, oh how happy we'll be. I'd like to be beside your side, beside the seaside, by the beautiful sea. Betty is the gal who lives next door, spends summer days just frolicking along the shore. Ruby's from the nearest harbor town. They meet up to laugh and splash around. This summer is sure to be a special one. Ruby has made up a new kind of fun that helps them commune with the waves. But it might lead bathers to early graves.
Gee, we love to be by the sea, by the beautiful sea. You and I, oh how happy we'll be. I like to be beside your side, beside the seaside, by the beautiful sea.
Summertime is Dr. Von Boots Bane. His son just thinks that his dad's a pain. Their whole life is tearing apart. So Ted goes on his dad to go make some art.
Screw you, Dad.
And some darkened corridor is the doctor's cure for his torture. In Weird Tales he read an ad for a mercenary ironclad.
Will you enforce my secret plan and wipe out these tourists from the sand?
The stranger quickly agrees as payment to cure his dark disease. But then Ted realized we'll all be euthanized.
Gee, I don't want to be by the sea, by the beautiful sea. You and I, oh how happy we'll be.
When each wave comes a-rolling in, we will sink or swim
and float and fool around in the water, over and under and then up for air.
There's a dark storm of ruin,
But what do we care? I like to be beside your side, beside the seaside, by the beautiful sea. Lazy mortal. Empieza la comedia.
Well, hello there. Name's Betty. I know what you're thinking. Just another doll from a small town. Well, you'd be right, I tell ya. Sure. I've graduated high school, but I always felt like school was just a trip for biscuits. A bunch of piffle, if you know what I mean. The teachers are all wet, and the fellas are a bunch of cake eaters, dewdroppers, and drugstore cowboys, for crying out loud. And I'm glad to wash my hands of the whole affair. Anyhow, I've never done anything that amounted to much. I've always been a regular Mrs. Grundy, if you know what I mean. But this summer, all that's gonna change. I'm tired of sitting around like a canceled stamp, waiting for some stupid boy to take notice. This summer, I'm gonna focus on me. I'll turn over a new leaf, go for the gusto, come out of my box. I've heard it said that all the world is your oyster. Well, I'm going to see if I can't grab my oyster and juice it, if you know what I mean. Now, maybe I'll take up drinking and smoking like one of those naughty flapper girls. Why, this summer, I might even show my gams. Let the fogies raise their eyebrows, see if I care. Now, I've got this girlfriend. She lives in Innsmouth, up the coast from Outsbutt, across the alimentary canal. Ruby's her name. We've spent summers right here on this very beach in Outsbutt since we were young girls. Now, Ruby, she's the real McCoy and really knows her onions. She's a true vamp, The Kipper's Knickers, a wild bear cat of a woman, and everything that I aspire to be.
Eddie, check me out! Woo! I'm swimming real far out!
Gee whiz, Dolores! You sure are way out there. Oh, Ruby's coming now. Ruby! Oh, Ruby, you've come at last. Bring those hot cross buns over here right now and let me check them for freshness. Dripping with honey as always.
Ah, gee, Betty, you always did know how to butter my bread. Hey, how'd you fare this long and lonely winter?
Well, I've graduated, so I'm sitting pretty.
I knew there was something different about you. Madam Graduate, finally unbound by the shackles of education. You look like a million clams.
Gee, thanks, Ruby. You're no chunk of lead yourself. Say, Ruby, what extravagant plan do you have floating around in that pretty little noodle of yours this summer?
Thieves!
Oh! Okay, what are those, Ruby?
Aren't they beauts? I spent all winter whittling them out of Mr. Tip's busted up boat.
Oh. Those are swell, Ruby, but what do you do with them?
Why, you stand on them, of course.
Oh, okay.
I made this one for you for special. And this one's mine. Come on, we gotta go take it out to the deeper water.
Oh, okay.
Follow me. All right. Hey, now you're on the trolley.
Ruby, this is positively berries. What'll we call it?
Sea shanty.
Banana hopping.
Ocean motion.
Log bobbing.
Howard topping.
Toe boarding.
Upper decking.
Surfing.
Waterboarding.
Surfing.
What are you saying over there?
Surfing.
Surfing. Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Surfing.
All right, we're coming up to the shore. Mind your fitty, you're gonna eat sand. Here goes. Here goes. What do you think?
Gee whiz, surfing is a real sock-dolliger, and I mean to tell you. But we should shake a leg down to the cove where the waves are bigger.
Yeah, let's blouse. Okay.
I don't know what came first. My love for painting beachscapes, or the inescapable dread of my own horror-soaked nightmares. I have summered here on the sandy beaches of Outsput since I was a pudgy little boy. Yet, at length, only just today have I set foot on its warm beachfront. For since the death of my cold and belittling mother, may she find peace in a mountain of burning locusts. Me and my father are closer to impending madness. Perchance, my father's descent into lunacy has finally come. For upon my arrival from Miskatonic University, my father's behavior is something transformed. A twisted shadow of his former self, his eyes seemingly filled with eldritch maledictions. I wasn't sure until I saw this, my father's journal, wherein he details his designs for a machine that will wipe out every living soul on the shore of Outsput. So I fled. I fled not in fear of death. Death is just a stark inevitability designed to make you late for supper. No, it was not death that brought me here to the edges of the primordial salt of the Atlantic. It was, in fact, a dream. A dream I suffered a fortnight ago, where I didn't see the usual terrors of rubbery tentacles and inverted cylinders, jellified and lined with milky white spines. No, what I saw was something indescribable. And so I will describe it to you in painstaking detail. I saw a beach, very much like this one I find myself painting. It was shaking and quaking like a cake in a washing machine. It began to rise. It rose so high that it blotted out the sun. It had been lifted by a most merciful goddess. She handed the shoreline over to me. I knew then, even in that moment of ethereal consciousness, that I would be forever enraptured by a feeling I never thought I was capable of. A feeling I fear will transform me. It sounds like pure madness, but it would not be the first time my dreams have come to pass.
Wasn't that the most fun you ever had on two legs? Sure, but you know what I'm thinking would be even better? Even bigger waves! Wait a minute. What you got there, Ruby? This book my auntie gave me for Christmas. Isn't it a beaut? It's stinky and hideous. It must be awful naughty. Yeah, real naughty. It's full of all kinds of old spells and summonings and such. Like this one right here, summon a big wave. Gosh, that's perfect, Betty. Picture it. You and me taming the biggest wave our sleepy beach communities have ever seen. That would just be the bee's knees, the eel's hips, the elephant's eyebrows, and just every mismatched body part and animal name I can.
And just like that, she picked up the canvas that I had been scrawling with pigment. She lifted it so high that it shielded my eyes from the lashes of the sun. And then, with a smile that could crush the cosmos, she handed the shore over to me.
Peachy brushwork, fella.
It seems my dreams have come to pass.
Yeah, I got your number. You got your head in the clouds and a silver spoon in your back pocket. Yeah, buzz off, hey. Say, Ruby, get a load of that sweet baby Grand. He sure is the cat's pajamas. What? Hey, no, you're supposed to be my right arm while we take this beach by storm. How's about a little focus here? Tell it to Sweetie. Don't be such a fire extinguisher. It's close. Come on. It's supposed to be you and me this summer. You and me in this wide blue ocean. Are you trying to cut and run on me? What gives? Why are you being such a wet blanket? I just want to get an eyeful of that sweet baby Grant. You know? I can't believe you'd bail on me for some billboard, especially not our final summer together. And especially not that sullen little sand goblin over there. Gee whiz, Ruby. You know you'll always be my best girlfriend. But say, what's all this about our final summer together?
Pardon me, women who I can only assume are some sort of pirate hookers. Have you seen my son? I'll describe him for you. You know him because he's always out somewhere gold bricking, painting pictures of sunsets, and disrespecting the memory of his late mother, that god-awful snake. Satan inconvenience her mildly.
I no longer dream of mother. I foresee I never will again.
Teddy Bobby Johnny Von Joey Von Boots Boot Jr. I'm afraid your lunch is turned. Look, it's all damp. And look at you, my boy. You're a mess. Why did you even pluck your pot hairs? Have you greased your scrotum? Did you even think to wax your elbows before you left the house? I'm always telling him, Teddy, you'll leave the house without completing your necessities in the morning. You'll be cakey by noon. But you know what they say about leading recalcitrant little horses to water.
If you even are my father, and not some doppelganger designed by mad architects with a singular design of embarrassing the hell out of me.
Embarrassing you? I'll tell you what's embarrassing. Spending all day slaving over a cold pot, making a mostly spoiled batch of pimento cheese for an ingrate son who'd rather give his own dad the old cut direct to get keen with these ladies of 4 outs. Let me explain. That's without brains, without morals, without clothes, and without use. No offense, pirate hookers. Don't! My left eye, Teddy! I've been assaulted. Help me.
Come on, Betty. This stretch of beach is starting to smell.
Sure. It's getting awful stinky around here.
Oh, Teddy, they got me in my right eye. Call the police. There's a cookout afoot.
Go and cram it with walnuts, you old monument. Thanks for the sandwich, though.
You're welcome. I love you. Oh! Drat! Blasted centennials. How dare they enjoy the publicly funded lands they have every right to? I remember when I was a young boy and these beaches were empty and pristine, mostly because everybody was dying of the cholera, but still. Back then, you could enjoy a peaceful day of brushing your son's hair and working on things in your basement without having to worry about wading through an army of plank-wielding poly mermaids. Oh, but I suppose I am a victim of my own success. My patented process for atomically separating gold from the ocean water has made this place rich. Sure, we had to demolish half of Innsmouth's beaches just to get the equipment running, but it was worth it for what we have now. An upscale, rebranded beach community named after me, Boots, with hot, new, useless businesses everywhere. We're talking liquid nitrogen ice cream shops as far as the eye can see. 5 damn doggy daycares. 1 for every dog on the bay. And my favorite, an olfactory tycoon simply going by the name of Yankee Candle. I'm positively cuckoo for the cranberry chutney. But while it would be nice if it was a haven for the rich as I intended, it turns out you common types want to experience it too. But you don't buy things, no. You just mispronounce the name, ounce butt, or even worse, the OB. And then there's your reprehensible behavior. Digging your feet into the sand like barnacles, showing your ankles to my son, and all that damn people watching. Well, nobody people watches me but the spiteful ghost of my shrew wife, Satan kicking her feet with a rusty broom. If only there was a way to get you all to leave. But how could I convince you that you're worthless? Oh, I know. Live music. A song ought to do it. Let's see, help me out here. Delightments for the average, entertainment for the mediocre. That's you, all right? Here we go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. If you're not the well-to-do, well, have I got news for you? You can all just suck the air straight out from my derriere, because I've got lots of dollars. You're just some poor dollars. You should do some time for us making me a few rhyme. So if you're new and you don't know where to go, then go and kick some bricks. You're not really rich. So you'll dance upon the bevy of lowdowns from down the levee, all misfits. You're not really rich. We've got fashion, style, and gilded sailboats. You've got debt and crime and nasty fellows.
And dirty elbows.
Come with me and you will see you don't deserve to be in a place that's nice like this. Because you're not really rich. You've got a compulsive technique ground move.
And dirty elbows.
Come with me, you see me spend more than you could ever lend if you mortgage your kids. Cause I'm really rich. So very, very rich. I am really rich.
No, please don't applaud. Please, buy train tickets and leave. Oh, dear. I'll have to turn to plan A. But that makes me think. Am I forgetting something? Let's see, I've already put out Teddy's mayonnaise to spoil for the evening.
Captain Stoneheart's log, summer 1920-something. Driven to desperation. How is it that a former soldier of fortune, having traveled the world in search of glory and gold, could have fallen so low? The answer, the Great War. A horror of human conflict that left more minds than bodies broken. Initially, I turned to drink in an effort to subdue the residual fog of war, which many physicians agree is even better than developing an opium habit. But this country awarded victory in the Great War with a laurel of temperance, prohibition. My medicine is outlawed, and my well-being slips away.